Welcome to the 2023 Newmarket Town Meeting, first session, the deliberative session of the town meeting. And our first order of business is the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Hopefully folks had a chance to pick up the moderator's rules of procedure for the deliberative session. They really haven't changed in the 9 years or so I've been doing this. And I'd appreciate a motion to adopt and approve the minutes for purposes of today's meeting. So
Gary Swanson, under L.
Thank you, Gary. And do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, I'm going to call it Mr. Cahill. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed. One other piece of housekeeping is Mr. Fournier is not a resident of the town. I'm going to give him permission to speak, to address, because he's our town manager. Unless there's an objection, I'm going to allow him to speak to address the warrant articles that are up before us. So just as a reminder to folks, the warrant articles as presented will go on the ballot unless they are changed by the meeting. So we don't have to have a vote to approve each one. They are going on the warrant as presented unless the meeting chooses to change them. And with that, I'm going to turn the meeting over to Mr. Fournier to give us a presentation on
Article 1 first.
Oh, Article 1. Sorry. Well, we can come back to that. You can do your presentation and we'll circle back to that.
Okay.
Who's in charge of this meeting?
Just saying.
Okay.
So, good morning, everybody. The first article is actually, Article 2 is borrowing $100,000 for planning a storm drain system improvements for Moody Point. If passed, this would allow the town to borrow $100,000 from the state revolving fund. We'll only issue the debt if awarded the clean water loan, which includes 100% principal forgiveness. No impact on the tax rate. The town council recommends it 7-0, and the budget committee recommended it 9-0. Any questions? It's pretty clear. We're going to upgrade the stormwater. It helps us with our MS4 process, and it improves flooding issues that they'll have down there. Okay? The next article is Article 3, and this is a collective bargaining agreement with the police union. It would be a 3-year collective bargaining agreement between the town and the police union. The first year, all employees will receive an hourly increase of $3.50 flat. Years 2 and 3 will receive a 5% increase. The estimated salary and salary-driven benefits increases are fiscal year 24 will be $167,385. Fiscal year 25, $70,215, and fiscal year 26, $73,725. The impact on year 1 would be 17 cents on the tax rate. The town council recommended it 7-0, and the budget committee recommended it 9-0. Any questions for me on that? Okay. Finally, the last article is the operating budget. It's to see if the town will raise and appropriate as an operating budget, not including the appropriations by special warrant articles, the amount set forth on the budget, posted on the warrant as amended by the vote of the first session. For this purpose, to set forth therein totaling $16,240,017. Should this article be defeated, the default budget is $16,151,712, which is the same as last year with certain adjustments required by previous action of the town or by law. Or the town council may hold a special meeting to take up the issue of a revised operating budget only. If passed as estimated, passage of this article will amount to $6.82 on the tax rate, which is a 27-cent increase over the previous year. If the article is defeated, the default budget will be $6.66, which is 1 cent decrease over the previous year, majority vote required, and it was recommended by both the budget committee and town council unanimously. So first thing is, I just want to go over the current tax rate. What we're discussing here is the town portion, which is 23% of your overall tax rate, which is $6.27 in the current year. The large portions, of course, is the school at 68%, for local at $18.36. The state school at 5% or $1.42. I heard the superintendent explain to the group that the state school isn't money we actually send to the state. It's money that we're required by the state to raise, so it stays here. And finally, the county, which is 94 cents or 4%. And this is just a 5-year comparison between 2017 and 2021. The town has remained pretty level. I mean, it's between $6.13 and $5.84. The high was $6.39 back in 18. Then it dropped because of the revaluation that we had. But we try to stay pretty low level there for our tax rate. So this year, as I mentioned, we're proposing a budget of $16,240,017, or a 6.72% increase. It's an increase of $1,022,176.52. The enterprise funds, which is water and sewer, since they're funded by ratepayers, is an increase of $150,806. General fund is basically everything else except recreation revolving, solid waste, and the library is an increase of $445,937. And the special revenue fund, which were the three I just mentioned, is an increase of $425,433. Those are special revenue funds because the monies that are raised by your paper bag system, as well as the recreation programming, stays in those programming. And we put the library as a special revenue because the town council appropriates a bottom line, and the library trustees oversees that number. So we just separate that from the general fund. So where's the money and the increase going? Like everybody else, I mean, you can see in this room right now. Electricity, we're seeing an increase of $152,850. Heating fuels, $109,900. Health insurance, $83,217. Workers' compensation of $15,378. Salt for the roads, $35,000 increase. Gasoline, $11,500. Diesel, $22,000. Fire part-time salaries, $22,912. That's we've been able to improve our response time by having people on call on the weekends. A lot of volunteers on the weekends, especially in the summer, want to go do things. So now we pay people a stipend on the weekends to stay around to respond to calls. Liability insurance is up $18,704. The library salaries is proposed an increase of $51,524. One of the things we did complete last year was a salary survey, and one of the areas that was noted is the library director was under the salary was under the average for the area in the market. So this is an attempt by the library trustees to bring that up to the market. There is a vacancy now, so that the new individual will be hopefully filling that with a higher salary. The library health insurance to coincide with that is $28,445. Also, they're making the children's librarian full-time. Forgot that as well. That's why that's up there too. Solid waste collection, increase of $25,000. Water chemicals, $22,000, and sewer chemicals, $37,000. Most of this is just inflationary costs that everybody else is seeing. We didn't put any new programming, no new employees, nothing out of the ordinary this year because we knew that it was going to be a tough year with everything going on. When we look at the budget, we also look at the revenue side of this. Last year, we had a revenue budget of $8,915,428. Of that, the general fund is $3,980,429. That's mainly motor vehicle registrations, building permits, revenues that we receive from the state. The enterprise fund, which is $4,122,587 for last year, that was the money that we received from water and sewer ratepayers. And finally, the special revenue is $812,412, and that is the money you receive by paying for those garbage bags and the programming for recreation. So this year, we're anticipating our revenues of being $9,622,169, or an increase of $706,741. Mainly, we're seeing an increase in building permits and additional revenues from the state that they've been having extra funds because of ARPA and items there that we're able to put back in. We're seeing, in addition, we're also seeing higher water and sewer contributions. So our revenues for the general fund will be $4.1 million, about $4.6 for the enterprise fund, and an increase to $946,289 for the special revenue funds. The default budget, if the budget were to fail, we're anticipating it be $16,151,712, or a difference of $88,305. We'd have to cut programming again, most of our increases were not new items. It was operational costs. So if we get to that point, we'd have to look at programming to make those reductions of the 88,000. So again, the next slide is using the data as we have today, is the operating budget tax impact. And how you do this is you take that $16,240,017, you take out the revenue of $8,915,428, then you add overlay, which is what we pay for abatements. We have to raise that. And then minus the war service credits. And then so through taxation, we have to raise $6,697,848. You divide that by the valuation of the town, which is $995,277,048, and you multiply that by 1,000, and you get the tax rate of $6.82. So that would be the anticipated tax rate. Any questions on the budget? Election day, March 14th.
Thank you, Mr. Fournier. So the first article number 1 is for the election of officers for the upcoming year. There are 3 town councilors, 3 municipal budget committee members for 3-year terms, 2 municipal budget committee members for 1-year terms, 2 3-year terms for planning board members, and 1 trustee of the trust funds for a term of 3 years. These offices are established by law. There's really not much for us to do about it, so Article 1 is going to proceed to the warrant as presented. Article 2, and to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $100,000 gross budget for the purpose of stormwater planning work relative to management of the municipal storm drain system in the area of Moody Point in accordance with state and federal water quality guidelines, referred to as the project. Such sum to be raised by the issuance of bonds and notes not to exceed $100,000 in accordance with the provisions of the Municipal Finance Act, New Hampshire RSA Chapter 33, and to authorize the town council and treasurer to issue and negotiate such bonds or notes, to determine the rate of interest thereon, and to take such actions as may be necessary to effect the issuance, negotiation, sale, and delivery of such bonds or notes, as shall be in the best interest of the town, and additionally to authorize the town to apply for and accept grants or other funds to reduce amounts to be repaid on such bonds or notes, and participate in the state revolving fund established in RSA 486:14 for this purpose. This project is contingent upon the approval of a clean water SRF loan, which may include up to 100% of loan principal forgiveness. If passed, there will be no impact on the tax rate. A 2/3 vote is required, and it's recommended unanimously by the town council and the municipal budget committee. Are there any questions, debate, motions with respect to article number 2? Seeing none, Article 2 will proceed to the warrant as presented. Article 3 is to see if the town will vote to approve the cost items included in the collective bargaining agreement reached between the town of Newmarket and the New England Police Benevolent Association Local 215, which represents the police employees, which calls for the following increases in salary and benefits at the current staffing level. Fiscal year 2024, estimated increase of $167,385. Fiscal year 2025, estimated increase of $70,215. Fiscal year 2026, estimated increase $73,725. And to further raise and appropriate the sum of $167,385 for fiscal year 2024, such sum representing the additional costs attributable to the increase in salaries and benefits required by the new agreement over those that will be paid at current staffing levels. If passed, it is estimated that this article will amount to 17 cents in the tax rate, recommended unanimously by both the town council and the municipal budget committee. Any motions, debate, questions, discussion with respect to warrant article number 3? Seeing none, Article 3 will proceed to the warrant as presented. Article 4, to see if the town will raise and appropriate as an operating budget, not including appropriations by special warrant articles, the amounts set forth in the budget posted with the warrant or as amended by the vote of the first session for the purposes set forth therein, totaling $16,240,017. Should this article be defeated, the default budget shall be $16,151,712, which is the same as last year, with certain amendments required by previous action of the town or by law, or the town council may hold one special meeting to take up the issue of a revised operating budget only. If passed, it is estimated that passage of this article will amount to $6.82 on the tax rate, which is a 27-cent increase over the previous year. If the article is defeated, the default budget will amount to $6.66, which is a 1-cent decrease over the previous year, unanimously recommended by both the Municipal Budget Committee and the Town Council. Any questions, motions, discussion with respect to warrant article number 4? Seeing none, Article 4 will proceed to the warrant as presented. Any further business to come before the meeting at this time? Seeing none, entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Mr. Katie, call the motion. Do I have a second? Okay. Mr. Lamontina, second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? Thank you very much.